Guys, the entire market is crashing. Gold's crashing, silver's crashing, Bitcoin's crashing. You can't make it up. The whole market has been coming down since we had these sell signals from the SMC bot. So really, really good call here from the SMC bot around 3.1K. We had a fake out. It looked like we were going to try and push into these highs, and then they decided to rug us. Lovely retest of the SMC daily as well. So we had the back test there and got rejected, and then straight to the downside. Lovely move. So it gave the sell signal around 3.1K. Price came down 31%. Absolutely insane. In a very short amount of time. Tom Lee's in a loss. Most of the traders who bought Ethereum are in a loss. Thank God we didn't buy Ethereum on this channel. As you know, I was into Solana. I didn't believe that Ethereum being slow and expensive was going to outperform something that was fast and cheap. What did we see in the bull run? We saw mass adoption on Solana, probably 10 times the amount of users on Solana when compared to Ethereum. And we're still up massively on Solana. What's Solana today? It's $104. We got it at 23. And most of the people who got ETH were either at a loss or break even, right? Because they were dollar cost averaging in. So we've done really well getting Solana. As you know, I already sold all of my Solana, right? We sold the last batch of Solana at over $200, and it's now down 50%. So, you know, imagine if you would have held that, guys. You could have been completely wiped out. Crazy. The OG whale that we've been talking about was fully liquidated. Just in 3 weeks, he lost $278 million. Absolutely horrific liquidation. That's too much money to be losing. It's too much money to be trading with a stop loss. Learn from other people's mistakes. People with a lot of money, just because they have a lot of money doesn't make them good traders, doesn't mean they know what's going to happen. In fact, you know, the more money they have, it kind of seems like the more reckless they get. And, you know, learn from other people's mistakes. You should never be trading with that kind of money without a stop loss or a strategy. And I think they were trading on high leverage as well. We've been talking about it on the channel for some time. Here's the video I posted the other week long, but doesn't get liquidated until 2.2K. And the price today is, what's the price of ETH today? 2.9K. So his liquidation is going to be an interesting area. If they come down and liquidate him, 2.2K. Yeah, it's quite a big area. That's if he doesn't add to his position, right? 2.2K is his liquidation here. Yeah, look at this wick here, wick here, wick here, wick, 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 wick. I mean, look, how many times has the price wicked back into it? Look at this wick here. Look at this wick. We're not even far from that price. We're here, and this price wicked down into his liquidation from here. It might even be worth setting some limit long orders at that liquidation price. And look here how it wicked to this area as well. They could wick him at any moment. You know, middle of the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., when everyone goes to sleep. Scam wick to the downside. I might even set up a massive limit order long at his actual liquidation, guys, just in case we get that. Because even though this wicked down, look at the size of the move of this, right? Imagine you longed this. It went back up 30%. Imagine that on leverage. So absolutely crazy. It kind of played out just as we expected, right? And even worse on a weekend, low liquidity, middle of the night for Asia as well. So it's the middle of the night for Asia, and they rugged it, guys. They completely rugged the trade. Not just him. A lot of people were actually following him. So a lot of people thought this guy has a lot of money. He must know what he's doing. He's an insider. And a lot of people got liquidated. Now, I have you know, played with the idea that maybe this was a setup and that they were trying to induce people into long positions to copy him. So, you know, they make his first trade really successful and everyone talks about it, and then they make his second trade the worst ever, right? It's possible. It's possible. We did only see 5 billion in liquidation, so obviously not that many people followed. To be fair, it was the closest since October 10th, so maybe a lot of people did follow him. But again, another lesson, guys, just because people have a lot of money doesn't make them good traders, right? It doesn't make them good traders. And there's actually a lot of people I've followed in this bull run. Coming out of the bear market, I was tracking smart money wallets, looking what they were buying, and some of the best traders actually had 60k, 80k, like, to their name. And because they only have such a small amount, they have to keep strict discipline. If you've got 100 million that you can put on a gamble, long or short, you've probably got a few billion in the bank, right? You're probably multiple houses. It's just play money for you. Your revenue is probably crazy. You're getting a lot of revenue, a lot of income. You know, you're not likely going and putting 10, 20% of your net worth on a gamble with no stop loss, right? So following some of the smaller accounts has been a better strategy for me, but obviously looking at their P&Ls, how successful they are, how many win rates they get. So yeah, be very careful. This you know, when you see these tweets that are like, a whale just put 100 million long on, what do they know? It doesn't mean anything. They actually could be worse than a retail trader, right? Because they've got so much money. Look at Tate, for example. He's got loads of money and he kept losing trade after trade after trade after trade. And he's not a trader. He's just come in with the retail mentality, right? He's not been trading for many years. He's not gone through the massive losses and the lessons that you have to go through to learn how to trade. So yeah, I would treat these whales sometimes even like bad retail traders. I've been absolutely DJing, so I am in an Ethereum long at the moment. I'm in a BTC long. I'm in a silver long. I have hit some stop losses, guys, right? It's not been easy. I've definitely hit some stop losses, but here was one of my trades I took the other day.
I put this trade on this morning, and it's now $37,000 in profit. Do you always win? No, but 40, let's go. 40, 41, 43. 43 grand in a day, 44.
So I did actually make a lot on an Ethereum short. I took some other shorts and they got stopped out. It's been crazy. It's been very, very hard to trade, guys. But overall, we had the sell signal from the SMC bot. We still don't have a buy on the daily. The trend is your friend until the end. We're in a downtrend, and this line here should be very, very strong resistance until proven otherwise. So that's probably how I'm going to trade it when we come back up to the SMC bot. If we push back up to the SMC daily, I'm probably going to look to take some profits around that area if we can get there, right? Because I'm in quite a big long position. I mean, if we can get back up there, I'm getting paid a lot of money, right? I'm getting paid a lot of money. That's a 30% move. So that would be bull case, right? That would be bull case. And hey, maybe we even push above and get a buy. Nobody knows. This market is extremely volatile. We've detached from the M2. We've detached from gold, silver, the stock market. It's crazy, guys. It's very hard to trade right now. Look what's happening. You know, $5 billion in liquidations. Imagine how many people were long. We're long in the market, right? A lot of people had max conviction that we were going up, but I kept looking at that account and I just thought they were going to come and liquidate them, right? So I was trading personally with stop losses. There's no way I would have left a trade, open without any stop loss in that situation. Same for BTC. Since we had the yellow topping candle around 96, 97K, it's been down only. We came from 96K all the way down to 74K. So amazing yellow topping candle there on Bitcoin. I think the last yellow topping candle before this was 120K as well, which is also phenomenal, right? It's pretty much near the top. So I'm not going to fade this. Sometimes you get them on the 4 hourly, but the daily doesn't come up very often, and when it does, it's been so accurate. Then we had the sell signal from the SMC bot moving average around 91.5K, so further confirmation that we might be taking some moves to the downside. Rejected from the SMC daily moving average, rejected again from the SMC daily moving average, and then the rest is history, right? We tanked to the downside. Loads of buy pressure here, looking good on the buy pressure, right? Buy pressure is at pretty much all-time highs if you look back over the last few years. And look at the open interest, just got completely wiped out, guys. All of the the longs were building up here. More and more people were going long, 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 long. And then they just came down and liquidated everyone at the same time. Then we had mass liquidations. Fortunately, I did take a degen short position. I did post in my VIP group that, it was probably going to see a dump over the weekend, and we got kind of lucky with that because it does look like it was manipulated, guys. So if you win a trade on manipulation, I'm not even gonna try and claim that. We basically won the trade based on the liquidation data, right? So again, you could say it was Nansen. I could see this guy's liquidation price on Nansen, and I just thought maybe they're going to liquidate him, right? And we saw the price come down to that 2.2K. It's actually crazy where it bounced. It bounced literally at 2,170. His liquidation was here, somewhere here, and it literally came just below the liquidation, and now it's starting to try and climb back up. It's very good for the price to get this whale out because it was such a large amount. It's hard for Ethereum to push to the upside because they're going to have to pay this whale out $500 million, right? It's basically pay me $500 million or liquidate me, and then they chose liquidation. But now that kind of leverage isn't there right now on the longs, there is potential that we can actually push back to the upside here. What else we need to talk about? The 15-minute time frame from the SMC bot has printed a buy signal. So we do have a buy signal here on the 15-minute time frame. So what I do when I'm looking for reversals, I try and look for the 15-minute time frame. This was what I was talking about with my guys in the Discord. I'm just riding the 15-minute time frame. You see this moving average here, the 15-minute. Every time we kept coming back, we kept getting rejected, and the trend is your friend until the end. And it seems like that trend is starting to end here, right? We started to have a buy signal, and then we should see the opposite, okay? So you see how we were rejecting every time we hit this resistance. It was actually a good time to short, good time to short, good time to short, good time to short. You should see the opposite on the way up, right? Every time you come back and you start to hug this SMC moving average, it should be good time to long, and then good time to long, and then good time to long, right? That's the plan. Is it always going to work out like that? Absolutely not. But that is what I'm looking for on the 15-minute time frame on the SMC bot. We've talked about Bitcoin, absolute decimation from altcoins. I'm so happy we sold, guys. We sold our last bag in November. Sell alert, DCA out 3, final DCA out. What a ride, guys. We hit our final sell. I've sold everything. The first sell, as you know, was March 2024. Second sell, January 25. And then the third sell, November 2025. I had 3 sell targets for this bull run, and we pretty much sold in every local top. And I think the final sell might have been the actual top, right? The final sell was November 25. So it was around here, 110K BTC. And we have the yellow topping candle here as well, right? On the weekly time frame, which is very, very strong when you get it on a weekly time frame. So yeah, I think this was the final scam wick. So you see, we should have gone down here, but then they come back and flushed the shorts, or as many as they could, to 125. And I think this was the end. So we've done really well with these sells, guys. I just imagine, like, if we hadn't have sold the rest of our altcoins here, I think most of them are down 50 to 90% right now. Well, I know Solana was 220. I think we sold one at 250. Yeah, the January 2025 sale, it was 250. Yeah, Solana was at 250, and then I think we got 220 in the first one. I think it was 190. So pretty good, guys. Pretty good. And hopefully we can do this again next cycle, right? But buy the bear market. Buy when everything's down 95%, 99%, and then start selling. When everyone's frothing at the mouth, people were calling me crazy, right, when I was selling. There's a guy in my group, I was talking to him earlier today. He was like, I was calling you an idiot or something like that when you were selling your bags at BTC 110 or something. And, now he says he realizes and he sees it's... Guys, it's a very difficult game, and I became addicted to crypto last cycle, and I studied every single day. And you have to go through these things. You really have to go through these things to understand how the market works. So don't kick yourself. If it's your first cycle, hey, maybe it's your second cycle, but you only decided to lock in this cycle, you're going to learn so much. You are going to learn so much from this experience. The best thing that happened to me last cycle was losing money, right? I lost a lot of money last cycle, holding bags down, having hope, believing that this time's different. And I took profits, right? I took profits, but at the same time, I did hold on to a lot of hope and held my bags down way too long. And I I posted this the other day, right? There's so many signals here that also helped us. It wasn't just the technical data. It wasn't just the technical data. It was all of the stuff we could see on social media. Where was this? AVAX, here I posted the other day. AVAX changed their logo to green to try and pump the price. I just checked, it's like down 60% since this tweet. There was another tweet here that was the nail in the coffin. Let me try and find it. We've got these hope tweets here. Marty Party tweeted about this fractal. Like, people are now comparing charts to the BTC chart to Nvidia to try and, it's kind of a hopium thing, right? You've had every catalyst this cycle. I mean, guys, you literally had an ETF and BlackRock and Trump saying sell some gold, buy Bitcoin. Like, we had every catalyst. We don't need to try and fish for these. Now we're fishing for fractals in stock market. Like, it's classic things you see as you go into a bear market. What else did I see here? I can't remember where this tweet was. It was the perfect tweet. Oh yeah, here we go. I said, adding this to the top of the market memorabilia folder. Look at this. Look at the date, guys. September 4th, 2025. Billionaire Grant Cardone sold his mansion for 400 BTC. With a deal closing just 72 hours after listing. And then I said, look, adding this to the top of the market memorabilia folder. This is the ultimate stuff you want to look for a top of the market. Retail-like behavior. And again, don't forget, guys, just because these guys have a lot of money doesn't mean they're good traders, right? He literally sold his house to buy Bitcoin at the top of the market. September 2025, it was literally all-time high. It was like $120,000. Bitcoin was all-time high. And there was loads of that, right? Loads of my normie friends were asking about Bitcoin. My nan asked about Bitcoin. All of the signals. And I see a lot of people pay for these platforms that give you top of the market signals, and it's like none of them were flashing. And I've seen a lot of KOLs talking about, hey, none of the top of the market signals are flashing. But there must have been 20 or 30 of these kind of things. And this for me is the best top of the market indicator. It's a lot easier to predict the bottom. In fact, we have so many different indicators. I'd be very surprised if we didn't buy within a few K of the bottom this cycle. But the top of the market is very hard, right? It's very, very hard. Even though we sold a lot of these local tops, it was based on a lot of the time stuff like this. It was stuff like this that helped. And there's no guarantees that Grant, sold his house and the price didn't continue. There was just like multiple different frothy signals. Very, very similar to that. Guys, if you don't follow my Twitter, go and follow my Twitter as well, because I was talking about a dumpy weekend. Like, I was posting here saying we're getting rugged tonight, and we ended up rugging. Like I said, dump it. 90% chance Bitcoin drops below 80K. It's soon after this it went to 74K. I was saying good night, God bless. It's been emotional. I can't remember what price this was. Yeah, this is when we lost support here. Look, we lost support. So this must have been like 83K, 84K. Sell signal from the SMC on the weekly. Retested on the weekly time frame, the SMC. Yellow topping candle. Broke the bull run trend line. I mean, it's not looking good. Let's go. ETH is pumping. Let's go. I've just literally checked my phone. And what are we on now? Show me the money. 20 grand. 20 grand. I took a long on copy trade as well, so hopefully that is doing quite well. ETH is breaking out. Let's go. Hopefully we get a bounce, guys. Hopefully we get a bounce. Where was the 15-minute? Yeah, really good signal from the SMC bot. Look, gave us a buy signal around 2.256. And now it looks like we are starting to push to the upside. So congratulations if you took that long position. Congratulations if you took the sell position, right? If you shorted all the way down from 3.1K, you must be absolutely printing right now. Guys, if you want to join us in the Discord, we've got a great bunch of guys here. We must have 1,000 members now, all looking for the next best trade, all looking for the next best setup. We're in the trenches every single day, looking at charts, looking at setups, looking at prices, looking at the SMC bot. We're looking for stocks. We're talking about what might be the next best narrative next cycle. If you want to join us, jump over to my Twitter, head over to X, and search for this one, the bottom one, not the top one. search for this one. That's going to take you to my link me. Okay, that's going to take you to my link me. And on there, I've got a few different things. You can join the Discord, and obviously you get the SMC bot for free when you join. So you get the SMC bot, you get this in your own trading view. So you can see buy and sell signals on all of your assets. Let's go. We're pumping now. So yeah, you can get this in your own trading view. It comes free with the Discord. It's a monthly fee. It's not a yearly sign up. It's not a lifetime sign up. Be wary of anyone asking you to sign up for lifetime or a year without trying first, right? It's for a reason, guys. So sign up if you want to join monthly, and then you can cancel if it's not for you, right? You try a month, 2 months, whatever. See if it's for you. If it's not, you're free to cancel. None of the information in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto, investing in anything is highly risky. You can lose all of your money investing in anything. So always do your own research first. I forgot to mention it on the link as well. There is a course if you're interested in getting into crypto. Maybe you want to learn how I trade. I use a lot of technical tools like Nansen and Glassnode. That's how I'm able to kind of find these liquidation levels and how I'm able to trade like that. And there is a course in there as well. So you can do my beginner to pro course and really level up, because the bear market's coming soon, guys. We've been waiting for this for so long. Like, we started to sell our crypto in some of our altcoins in March 24, and you know, we've been waiting for this for so long now, and we're just following the same pattern, right? We're just following the same pattern of bull run, bear market, bull run, bear market, bull run, bear market. And it's not here where people make money. There's some kids in my group who are like, I might DCA here, I might buy the dip. That's fine, right? Absolutely. Whatever your strategy is your strategy. For me personally, the only reason I made a lot of money, life-changing money this cycle, is because I waited for this. I waited for the bear market. And, you know, those who bought down here in the last bear market changed their life, right? Now, I don't want to bet on this time's different, and if it is different, hey, that's fine. That's something I'll have to deal with. I can obviously still trade the market, whatever happens. But personally, for me, like the great Warren Buffett says, it's literally a transfer of wealth from the patient to the impatient. And not only do we have the technical charts to help us at the moment, right? Everything we've talked about is playing out. Like, we talked about this back in January.
My dream play,
right?
we come back, we retest 72k, maybe 74 to 72k region. We bounce off this. Everyone's bearish down here. Everyone gets scared. We bounce off this, and we push for an all-time high. This would be my short of the fucking century when we touch this second line, because we would literally be seeing history repeat. Are we going to see the second monthly candle reject? I mean, look, we've got so much data here. This is where I'd put an insanely big short on, which would potentially be around 120, depending on when we tap this, 120, 125k on pretty low leverage, and I'd be quite comfortable adding to that position as well. And play for the real bear market short, right? The real bear market.
So, you know, the TA is kind of played out perfectly this cycle, right? But it's not just the TA. If you look at the macro as well, the macro is a mess. The macro is an absolute mess as well. I posted this the other day. Where is it? Here it is. So this is, I do these posts in my Discord. I do these like market updates about what's going on with inflation, CPI data, earnings, etc. And I posted here saying silver ETF inflows saw record highs. Retail were FOMOing into silver, right? This is when it was pushing up to all-time high. The retail rush into precious metals is accelerating. Okay, so big red flag. What happens when retail are flooding into something? It's usually about to end. Global institutional investors have never held so little cash, right? So they didn't have any cash on the sides. Everyone was in the market. Everything's at all-time highs. Cash allocations by fund managers are down to just 3.2%, the lowest since data began in the 1990s. So record lows of cash, right? No one's got any cash on the side. Cash levels are now below 4% of AUM for the 7th consecutive month, the longest streak on record. My personal take, same strategy. We bought the bear market, we sold near all-time high or local all-time high, time will tell. Borrowing is at all-time high, okay? So people are actually borrowing money to buy stocks on leverage a lot of the time as well, right? Absolute frothy, degenerate behavior. Usually what you see around the top of the market Leverage at all-time high, stocks, metals at all-time high, retail FOMO, investor cash reserves hitting multi-year lows. For me, no FOMO, okay, because a lot of people are saying you're buying silver, or you're buying metals, are you going to load up? No FOMO, just patience. I've made my money. I bought the bear, I sold the bull. Now I have to have patience. I can't sit here and dribble and froth over every green candle. I can't go, oh, I wish I'd have done this. Maybe I should do that, because that's how you get wrecked, right? I could have gone and bought some silver and gold and then woke up and been 40% down the next day. This is literally the day before the crash as well. They take the stairs up, they take the elevator down. What did we literally see happen on gold? We saw it take the stairs up, and then it took the elevator. Damn. Yeah, we saw it take the elevator down straight back to the SMC daily level. This is where I was interested in a potential long position, by the way. Yeah, stairs up, elevator down, GG. Sorry to everyone who got wrecked. I don't want anyone to lose money, right? The last thing I want is people to lose money. I want you to make money. Come and pump my bags in the next bull run. I would rather you make money than the greedy exchanges that manipulate and liquidate everyone, right? I'd rather the average person who is struggling doing a crappy job make some money. I don't want anyone to lose money, and that's why I am quite passionate about this. When the time is right, I'll start building my third spot portfolio. We've been right a lot. We haven't been right all the time. We've been right a lot. I'm quite confident, guys, that my next portfolio is going to be a banger, but I also feel like I feel like I'm going to buy at the right time, because now I'm more experienced than ever, right? I spend thousands of dollars on software. I wasn't using this software in the last bear market. I've got advanced software. I'm in some expensive groups. I'm in institutional groups with actual billionaires, right? I'm in institutional discords just like mine, right? I'm in institutional discords with billionaires, seeing what the billionaires are doing, seeing what they're talking about, trying to get into their heads, right? So I have so much more data now, such a bigger network. I feel like technically I should perform better in the third cycle. Time will tell. Hey, maybe I mess the whole thing up. But for now, I'm being patient. I'm not FOMOing in. I think we're going to have one of the worst altcoin bear markets in history, which I've talked about many times. I keep seeing people say DCA, you know, you should have bought the dip. And they've been saying it for 2 years now, right? We started selling in March. It's going to be next month. It's going to be 2 years ago since we started selling render. 2 years people have been saying buy the dip, and the whole altcoin market has just come down 80-90%. So for me, I think we're just getting started. I don't think altcoins have crashed a lot, right, guys? But I think altcoins are about to go through decimation. I think this is just the start. Don't forget, we're still up on a lot of these altcoins, right? I think we're still up massively on Casper. We sold all our Casper up here somewhere, right? We sold all our Casper up here. We bought down here in the bear market. We sold up here in the froth. Everyone is frothing at the mouth. And even today, if you didn't sell Casper, I think you're still up 700% from our entry. But everyone who FOMO'd into the froth is down 70-80%. Everyone who dollar cost averaged and bought the dip because it's just a dip ended up being down 70-80-90%, right? Don't get it twisted. Most of this stuff in this space is vaporware. It's going to be pump and dump. There's lots of green retail investors that are going to come into the market next cycle, right? There's 16, 17, 18-year-olds who are going to be 21, 22, 23 in the next cycle, who are learning about crypto and learning how things can go up 50x, 100x, and who are going to take their chance on it, right? That's how the game works, and that's why you get these explosive moves up, and that's why all the smart money and the long-term traders understand how the game works, start to sell and take profits off the table, right? Don't get it twisted, guys. It's kind of one big Ponzi. It's a sad game, but hey, that's the game. River, so much FOMO, froth, gonna change the game. Next best thing, SMC bot gives a strong sell signal, and then it's lights out. GG if you took this sell signal as well, by the way. Don't get it twisted, guys. I think we're just getting started. I mean, look, just think, we're still 700%, 800% up on render, right? So that means that someone who put $1 million into, sorry, not on render, on Casper. That means that someone who put $1 million into Casper still has $7 million profit today. right? Someone who bought it with us, because there was a lot of whales buying back here as well, is still up 7 million in profit from their 1 million buy. Whilst everyone else thinks that everyone's down and it's 70% down, there's a lot of people still in profits who might just get out of the market, right? If BTC starts to lose key supports, they might just get out of the market, and that's why you get these real big parabolic sell-offs as you go into the deep bear. So yeah, I feel like even though it's been a slow slog down, I do think a lot of altcoins are going to get decimated, including Casper. Hey, maybe I'll buy Casper in the bear market again. We'll see. I'll do lots of research on it. I want to see the roadmap, what's going on. Are we eventually going to get actual smart contracts on the native layer? That's what I want to see. I do love Casper. I love the community. I think they're extremely passionate, but I'm here to make money, right? I'm not here for the tech. I'm here to make money. If I buy Casper in the bear market, best believe if I make another 25x, I'm dumping it, guys, right? If I make another 25x, I am dumping. If I put 100k into Casper and I make 2.5 million, because don't forget, I didn't have that money this bear market, right? I was putting small amounts into Casper. It did turn out to be a large amount in the end, but I was putting small amounts in there. And this cycle, I have serious money to start putting into some of these projects, and it could be life-changing. A 25x would be absolutely life-changing, and I want to make sure I'm making the best decisions. And hey, maybe I research Casper and it's not for me, right? Maybe I don't see a solution for the smart contracts. Maybe there's hurdles. What didn't work this cycle? What were the hurdles this cycle? Like, I'm going to do deep research. Now's not the time. When these things start to really come down to lows, that's when I'm going to start doing real deep research and building my portfolio. I think my portfolio is going to be so much smaller than it was last cycle, because I don't think many projects are going to make it next bull run. But we've done really well. We've done well to avoid Ethereum as well. I'm so glad we bought Solana over Ethereum. How many of these top accounts were saying to buy Ethereum? And, you know, we were saying to buy Solana, like, it's faster, it's cheaper. Ethereum is cheap, expensive and slow. Like, what retailer are going to come in and pay a $30 gas fee, a $10 gas fee, even a $5 gas fee for a transaction? They're just not going to do it, guys. And it also doesn't allow the third world to get involved. Think how many people are using blockchain in Africa, right? They can't even go and use Ethereum because it's too expensive. I think we're going to continue to see mass adoption on Solana next cycle as well, so that's an interesting play. But we'll talk about Solana and when I'm buying and how much I'm buying and what my strategy is for that. And it really needs to crash for me to buy it, early or skip. You know, I'm not going to FOMO into these things either. Guys, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. What are your plans? What's your BTC bottom predictions? Where do you think BTC is going to hit a bottom? Let me know. That's it for now. Until then, I will catch you in the next one.